Hey geeks, it's Andrea. I am here today to share with you 4 times developers have upset their communities. I know 4 seems like a really small number, and there were a lot more that we wanted to add, but I found in explaining a few of these that it really just ended up being too long. So this was the highest amount that we could fit. If you want to hear more, go ahead and tell us in the comments. We are always about making you geeks happy. Alright geeks, let's go.
4.
Tracer pose in Overwatch. Kicking off our list is an Overwatch controversy that actually ended up being for the better, but initially upset a lot of people, and for good reason. In March of 2016, a user on the Battle.net forums created a long-winded post complaining about a supposed overly sexualized Tracer pose, even going so far as to state that Blizzard reduces their characters to sex symbols for financial gains. Many other users were outraged when Jeff Kaplan, the game director of Overwatch, posted in the thread saying that the pose was going to be replaced and apologized to the user. Many fans saw this as a cop-out and did not agree with the decision, especially considering a few of the male characters use the same pose. Fortunately, this story does have a happy ending. The pose that Blizzard replaced it with kept the soul of the pose alive, but introduced a flirtier Tracer personality to the pose. Although many users agree that the original pose was not in any way sexual, the new pose is widely accepted as an improvement.
3.
Fable III. With the removal of Games for Windows Live, a lot of people were upset because you can no longer download the DLCs you paid for. How do I know, you ask? I recently decided to go back and finally beat the game after all these years. In all the research I did trying to make the game playable, I found out 2 things. 1, you have to download a mod created by an Angel gamer to block the Games for Windows Live so you can even load the game. And 2, no one has figured out how to actually gain access to your DLCs. Many people are understandably annoyed by this, myself included. This is one of those things that you sadly see in EA games a lot, but it is the first time I've personally seen this in a Microsoft game. With Games for Windows Live shutting down, I'm sure there are more, so let me know below. This is just the one that I recently noticed. Instead of properly patching their games to work without Games for Windows Live, they just took games that required it off of certain markets, such as Steam. This doesn't really help people that already purchased the game. I started playing Fable 3 several times when it first came out, but I always dropped it early because I just do that with games. But I decided I was actually going to knuckle down and get through this game so I could check it off my list, so I did last week. And I have to say, I knew the game wasn't nearly as good as other Fable games, but it is really disappointing.
2.
Tom Clancy's The Division. If, like us, you made the mistake of pre-purchasing The Division, it was great at first. That was until the game was made completely unplayable and just overrun by people using auto shooters and other game exploits and cheats. Severely overrun to the point of being unplayable for non-cheaters to enjoy. They have claimed to be doing ban waves over and over again, but nothing seems to actually be getting done. Maybe releasing an online game with no anti-cheat measures wasn't the smartest idea, just saying. Also, there is a huge difference between saying you're going to ban people and actually banning these accounts.
1.
RuneScape bannings. Closing things out is a headache that just won't go away. Buckle yourself in because this is going to be a long one. If you've been on the internet in the last week, it's likely you've caught some wind of this story. There has recently been a justifiable uproar within the old school RuneScape community. All of this seems to surround one overly protective Jagex mod protecting one single RuneScape streamer. Mod Matt K has gained the reputation of protecting a streamer that goes by the username EmilyIsPro. Emily is a RuneScape streamer that is most known for allegedly pretending to have cancer for donations on Twitch. Everything started when a small handful of players used in-game crying emotes around Emily's character. Within a few minutes of this happening, some of the players posted on Reddit with screen caps showing that they had been banned. This ban was shown as bug abuse. What this means is that the ban cannot be appealed. At least one of the players actually had their RuneScape account permanently banned. It is unclear exactly how many people have been banned since the initial incident, or for that matter before, but several players have come forth with proof of being banned after being near her character. Emily's public in-game chat is turned off, so both her and the viewers cannot see any text that is being said in-game. Even with this fact, Mod Matt K has stated that the reason they are being banned is for using harassing language towards Emily in-game, even though the bans have been logged as supposed bug abuse. These banned players and the other members of the community have requested that Jagex prove these allegations. When they finally posted chat logs, they were overly censored, had no proof of who was stating the comments or when they were even made, and were suspiciously in different formats. In an attempt to make it not look like an overprotective or preferential treatment, Jagex stated that if anyone is being harassed in the game, that they would handle the situation. Several users posted situations and proof of harassment after this, and Jagex did nothing to fix these very real issues. One user finally got a response that they would look into it after multiple posts over several weeks. This particular issue is really messed up. We won't get into it, but it is way worse than a few emotes and is actually against their terms of service. You should go to the old school RuneScape Reddit if you want to look into it further. A couple of more popular Twitch RuneScape streamers, Bodhi and Ice Poseidon, are regularly harassed in game and have made jokes and comments on this situation. They have a really good sense of humor about some of the harassments that have been made towards them. On May 17th, hundreds of users got together and sat in the middle of a major city on one server spamming text in an attempt to get Jagex to listen to their concerns. Any users streaming the riot on Twitch had their Twitch accounts suspended. You really have to give these RuneScape players credit. They know how to come together when they are upset about a situation. Unfortunately, even with this large outcry, Jagex has done nothing to fix the actions taken by Mod Bat K. Another mod has even defended the actions, while yet another disagreed with them openly on Reddit. Although we all crave for a resolution, as of the time of this video, Jagex seems to have a permanent scar on their reputation with no attempts at properly rectifying the situation. Many users have canceled their subscriptions to the game in both annoyance and worry that they can get banned for just minding their own business if one streamer happens to walk by them. Alright geeks, that's going to do it for this list. I know it was a bit long-winded, but there is still a lot of information we were just unable to fit in. And I hope I don't sound too bad. I am extremely sick right now and I just want to go to bed. Geeks, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. We are going to be doing some t-shirt giveaways very soon at a certain mystery sub-count mile marker, so share with your friends. Tell them why they should come be a geek with us. We love you guys and really enjoy chatting with you. Follow us on Twitter and hang out with us. You can always know what the next video is going to be ahead of YouTube. That is, unless it's a super secret surprise. Alright geeks, see you next time.